So now, I'll start with the same question. So what is your favorite alien race from the show?
I think I know what you're going to say.
You first.
Well, I can't. There's one that I can't talk about yet.
Hey.
Yeah. There's one.
Aside from the Alkari.
Number one favorite is something you can't talk about.
Can you say what episode it's going to be in?
No. Because I don't know. I love the Alkari, and I love the bugs from the motion comics.
Yeah. Balmerins, I think, or mine, I guess. Yeah, Shay. You know, I got to stop with Shay. But also, they're just such a. I love their it's like a work ethic, I guess, that I really respect about them, and I like that they, like, looks wise, they're all very sort of, I don't know, similar, but the personality kind of really separates them all, and I just think it's a good way to look at a society, just sort of like we're all the same but different, and yeah. So I like the Balmerins. Yeah.
Can you guys tell us a little bit about, well, how, well, I guess Pidge's and Hunk's, well, we haven't seen Hunk's family yet, but will we get to see Hunk's family at all?
Oh! Well, I mean, obviously you can tell by my reaction, I'm holding something back. I'll just leave it at that. Yeah. There is definitely, Hunk has a family, and I know that everyone else has met theirs, and it's something we've all talked about, and yeah, I think, eventually
Hunk misses his.
Hunk misses his family. Whether or not we'll see them remains to be seen, but just know that your desire and Hunk's desire to see his family are on parallel paths. Yeah.
Well, what about Pidge and her eventual reunion with Matt?
Well, yeah, she's definitely looking forward to that. And that's part of what this season is going to be for her, is she now has a visual on him that could potentially help launch her, hopefully in the right direction, at least in a direction. And that's definitely going to give her a lot to ride on and a lot of hope to keep moving with.
Thank you. So Lotor is definitely a villain that's different than anything that the Paladins have ever dealt with. And so how are they going to react to that? How is Pidge? I mean, Pidge, deals a lot with the intelligence and dealing with that, and that's kind of more on par with what is there. But Hunk tends to also have a little bit more force behind him. But how are they going to react?
Yeah.
Hunk is also very smart.
Right. He
uses a lot of emotion and stuff. How are they going to
physicalizes his emotions? Yeah.
How are they going to react to somebody who's very different from anything they've ever encountered?
Well, that's the question, right? I mean, like there is some out of character behavior that happens this season, trying to figure out who Lotor is, and again, we can't. So many things we can't say. So many things I'd love to tell you, but we can't. But Lotor is probably, in my opinion, one of the most complex villains I've ever seen in TV. And that's saying a lot. I mean, this is a cartoon and it's a good one, but Lotor is like, he's complicated. There are some crazy things, and really well written, really well, superbly performed by AJ. And there's like a lot of deception, we'll put it that way, that kind of permeates our team. And so people everybody gets kind of thrown for a loop by Lotor, yeah.
So, one of the big themes of the show, obviously, is family. And you talk about your family all the time. So, you're really close to your family. You're a father with 3 kids. Mm-hmm. So, how do you draw on your own family experience for your characters? And is the family aspect of Voltron something that really drew you into the show?
Well, I mean, just like plain and simple, the idea of, right from the get-go, of being able to watch a reboot of Voltron that I'm in with my children, I was just like, could it get any better than that, man? Like I said, you should have seen me in there in the hall. I had my son and my daughter, and I was just like sitting with them, just kept leaning over, like, Lance is such a nerd, isn't he? That's so funny. And Lotor's bad, isn't he? My boy was just like, it's a kick. It's a real kick, and it's like the 8-year-old me is just like in heaven right now. I love it. But then the element, I think, if we're talking more generally about the show, is like it's totally family friendly. I think there's like moments I think that are pretty, there's some violence and that stuff, but it's very simulated and cartoony. And
the high five with the sentry's arms.
Yeah, there's some stuff like that, but my 6-year-old wouldn't even get that. Just like, But there's like, it's definitely a very family friendly show, and I like, as far as like how it bleeds into me playing Hunk, it's just always on the back of my mind, like how is this gonna sort of feel when kids view it? Like we got to keep a certain energy and vibe and a levity alive, especially with my character, that I feel like the inner child, the childlike qualities of myself, I try to just throw them out on display all the time when we record. Sometimes it gets really ridiculous in the booth. We the brown lion. We'll talk more about the brown lion. I'm sure you guys can figure out that one. It's not too deep. But no, the childishness and the wonder-like sort of quality of it all, I think, is like we're all totally, I don't know, kids when we're doing it. It's really fun. Yeah.
And I started my career in deep, dark, depressing, with the killing, murdered children, all these wonderful things that my sister would never watch. And so now I have something that everyone in my family can enjoy, and even my grandparents. My grandmother has watched every single episode. She still thinks that my character's name is Torp, which is hilarious to me. But my entire family, this is something that everyone, whether they really, truly will continue to enjoy it if I weren't in, would continue to enjoy it if I weren't in it or not, they're watching it and they're enjoying it. And they're talking about it with each other, which is something that I've never had happen in my career before, which is really, really cool.
Yeah, everything I do is too subversive, Like I do a lot of really gross out comedy, mature, stuff. I can't watch any of that with my kids, so it's been fun. Yeah.
Well, actually, speaking about your, inside jokes while you're in the booth, what was it like to not have? I'm guessing Josh wasn't in it for a good chunk of the season because Shira was missing.
They like to have him come in and do other voices, random voices.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Okay.
Also ADR. We do a lot of ADR for episodes, so we still were almost every week we were still in the booth together.
It was like I like to try to go back through and during the wallows of the alien crowds pick out Kimberly or you or Jeremy or Josh.
Lotor. A lot of those.
So we had Josh around a lot for ADR and for random wallow voices.
We do go through chunks where you'll be away shooting, or I'm away shooting, or Jeremy's gone, or Steven's gone.
We had our first day where a bunch of us were back in the booth just the other week.
Yeah, and
it was incredible. We spent 30 minutes just talking.
Andrea was just like, guys, I know it's hard, but shut up in there. All the mics are open.
I felt so bad.
Yeah, so when we all get to come together and record together, we're just like, I think Josh, right after we all left, was like, guys, it was so great to see everybody, and we just, it's a long time we've been doing this for. Yeah, a lot of love for each other.
Pretty much become a family.
Yeah.
Speaking again of the family thing, Pidge, when she originally went to go look, was looking for Matt and was thinking about leaving the Paladins, that caused a lot of, consternation and, rifts within them, and they were really not feeling good about it and untrusting. And now they've really become a stronger family. Do you feel like, since you can't give a lot of spoilers, do you feel like now it's going to be a much more supportive help to find Matt and try to, go on this journey with her as opposed to before where they were felt like they were at dual odds, or is it now kind of mixed in with their mission?
I want to tentatively say that everyone's a little bit more accepting of the side quest. Obviously, Corinne is standing there helping her, giving her information when she finds new information and little tidbits on it. They still will expect her to be part of Voltron when it's necessary, but I feel like if something transpires where she needs to go, where she has a lead that she needs to follow, they might help. They might just be like, all right, we'll hold the fort.
Do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that you said it all. Yeah, because everything's out on the table. Everyone's, there's no way that we could all deny her this, this sort of very existential quest that she's on. So, yeah.